Boom. We are live. Welcome, everybody. We have a special Netsphere podcast going on today. We're talking about some fascinating brands that you probably didn't know existed. So, Jonathan, welcome again, bro. How are you doing today?
How's it going, man? Doing fantastic. Super pumped to be talking about some of these brands. I dug around for a little bit and I found some pretty interesting brands. So I'm excited to see your reaction and just talk about them as a whole.
Yeah, me too. Me too. That's going to be super cool. So, I guess let's not beat around the bush, man. Let's get started. Do you want to kick us off with your first brand that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, so I've been debating a little bit on what brand I wanted to go with first. I have six. I have six different odd brands, and the whole purpose of this is just to show people what kind of businesses are out there, whether it's just a weird product or just something that's just completely left field. Because I think a lot of the times people get really boxed in with the products that are on AliExpress, and they're like, okay, cool, like this is, these are the products that I have to sell. And that isn't necessarily the case. It could just be a spin on something that's already out there, or it could just be something that's honestly kind of boring. So I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and start with, we'll start with this one. I thought this one was really odd. It's actually a pretty decent sized business currently. I'm going to go ahead and send it in the chat here.
What do you call decent sized business? Like 5 million?
So I
Oh,
don't know. I have no idea what the overall revenue is with any of these. I know that they're all over $1 million. So they're all $1 million businesses, but I don't know the exact revenue. So I just sent it in the chat. It's called Animal House Fitness. I'm going to give a brief explanation and then I'll let you kind of react to it. So Animal House Fitness, what is it? Basically, it is a tool that you could use that you attach to your feet so that you can lift a dumbbell like you can with your hands, right? So
what the
that
fuck?
so that's the it attaches to your feet. You can work out with your feet. So thoughts? You have it pulled up?
Okay, yep, I just pulled it up. Okay, so let me see here. So you guys can see this as well. Monkey feet. Wish you could lift dumbbells with your feet like you can with your hands. Do that and so much more. This is goofy, man. This is very goofy. But you know what? This is actually a good idea, though, because here's why I think it's a good idea. I have my little office here, right? And I have a pull-up bar that I just got because I really like working out in here. It's like I'm here all day, so I like working out in here and I like doing simple workouts. So I was thinking about getting some dumbbells. Like I really wanted some just to do some other workouts. But I also thought about, well, I really want to get a leg workout in, you know? And boom, this this just solves that problem because now I could use those dumbbells and get a leg
Yeah.
workout in.
It solves such a simple problem. Like if you've ever gone to like a hotel gym and they don't have all the different machines that you would want, like a leg extension or a leg curl machine, where you actually get to, isolate some of these muscles like your quads or your hamstrings. It's kind of difficult to get a good workout in for your legs. If you just have dumbbells and the weight doesn't really go that high. You
Right.
might be able to hold and do a squat with it, but really beyond that, you can't do too much. And I personally have tried to, put the dumbbell between my feet while I'm laying on a bench to try to
Mm-hmm.
do like a hamstring curl, and it's a pain, bro. Like it's not easy. It takes two people just to like set it up on your feet, and it's a pain in the butt. So it's a goofy, weird, odd product. Whenever I saw it, I was like, what the hell is this? But it solves a simple product, and they're doing well.
Yeah, that's what somebody just said. As stupid as this looks, it would be nice for leg extensions and curls. So
Yeah.
yeah, man, that's a really good idea. Hold up, let me quick see how much traffic they're getting if we can actually tell. So okay, they're doing pretty solid, like over 100K monthly visitors. Very, very
Yeah.
solid.
Not
Okay,
not bad at all.
let
And
me.
honestly, they could have
Mhm.
really just slapped the product, but they actually put together some like really solid branding, made it look really nice, made it look premium. And obviously, this isn't commoditized because there's only one as far as I'm aware. So if they have like a patent on this, they're good to go, man. This is a solid business.
Right, and they got Joe Rogan talking about it. That's huge. That's like a massive plug.
Yeah, facts. I'm sure they got a ton of sales just from that one little mention. And they have it on the website. They're smart about it. If you ever have a celebrity or an influencer mention your product, leverage that shit.
Yeah, yeah, just slap it anywhere you can. That's what they're doing, just slapping Joe Rogan right on the landing page. Very smart. Well, I have a different business here that's not as goofy, but it is kind of goofy. So it's actually a direct to consumer. Okay, so it's called milkbarstore.com if you want to look that up, but I have it pulled up here. It's literally just a bakery shop, but it's direct to consumer. So very, very goofy. They also have locations. So this is a similar take on the crumble cookie idea. Not quite as similar, but they sell cookies. So that's really the only similarity. But other than that, they sell a lot of different interesting like milk bar type of, well, that's their brand, but yeah, man, they just have a bunch of cookies, a bunch of cakes. They have ice cream cake. They have, donut holes, a bunch of different things that, to be honest, I never really thought about selling direct to consumer. I didn't even think you could do it, but they're proving me wrong right here. And let me see, they're actually doing quite well too. They're getting 400,000 monthly visitors, so they're popping off. People love this.
Yeah. Yeah, this is crazy. So when you go on the website, you see all these different treats and desserts and everything like that, and they all look like fresh and really high quality. But dude, whenever I see a business like this, obviously they're doing well, they're making it work, but I can't help but think to myself, like, God, this is business on hard mode. Because like
True.
D2C is like a relatively complex model in the sense that you have all these different elements that kind of come into play with logistics, and then you're having to leverage ad spend, and then if you want to grow all the profit that you had from one month, you have to roll back in to then grow to the next level. So there's kind of some moving parts there. They're doing that, but then all of their stuff is fresh, so it's only going to last for a certain amount of time, so it's difficult
Yeah.
to actually keep logistics. Everything's probably made by hand. I can't imagine that a lot of this would be made by a machine. And then also, like, the big thing for me is like the shipping, dude. The
Yeah.
shipping on this has to be, complex and expensive. Because I don't know if you've ever ordered food online. I've done a couple of like meal prep services, and their
Hmm.
packaging, they have like all of this insulation around it and these ice packs that are like one-time use that you just don't have to like really worry about if it's just a regular product. So I'm sure that's expensive. What's the prices on some of this stuff?
I saw one of their cookie boxes like $46, like before shipping. So I don't know, bro. I think they got pretty good margins on some of this stuff.
Yeah, so I'm looking at their apple cider donut. They're like donut balls. It's a dozen of them. It's $32. So I think in the sense that it's like, man, they're positioning this brand as a premium brand rather than trying to be like a discount brand. They're going for like, okay, we're the best, which then obviously kind of puts in the margins for them to be able to sustain some of the expenses I'm sure they're having.
Yeah, exactly. Here, somebody said, what do I think about the cookie boxes? Well, you got it. They're pretty good. I mean, I think it's a pretty smart idea, but like Jonathan said, I also think this is like business on hard mode. But also for that very reason, maybe you wouldn't get as much competition, which could be beneficial, especially since more and more businesses are starting to adopt the e-commerce wave. So yeah, man, I mean, this is pretty interesting and it looks very aesthetically pleasing. Like they really did a good job with their branding, and I'm sure something like this would go super viral on TikTok as well. So yeah, I think it's a great brand overall and pretty cool and weird at the same time.
Yeah, it's interesting how these brands could just position themselves as premium if they spend the time on the look and the feel and the vibe of it. And obviously like the packaging. Because if this was, just thrown in like poly bags and, didn't have like a nice logo, it was just impact font and that was it, it wouldn't have the same feel. But because they've spent so much time on the branding, they're able to charge these prices. So, definitely a dub. So we're gonna take a little bit of a transition here with the next one.
Oh,
So I went through, I found a bunch of brands that I was like, okay, this is interesting, this is unique, it's different, it's odd, it's weird. This one is the most boring of all of the brands that I have, and it's the exact opposite of high quality branding. Um, but I want you to pull it up. It's called Greeting Card Universe. I just sent it in the chat,
okay, hold
and it's
up.
literally
Or
greeting
just
cards.
keep going. But
Yeah, it's literally just greeting cards. That's it.
greeting cards? No way.
Yeah. And then pull up the similar web on that. Pull up the traffic.
Okay, hold up. I'm having some technical difficulties here. I'm trying to like pull it up while keeping our screen on there, but I think it's just impossible right now. So let me just greeting card universe. Boom. Okay, so greeting card universe. This is pretty weird.
Literally just greeting cards.
Okay. Hold up. This thing's like being dumb. There it is. Okay, got it. Greeting card universe. Just literally greeting cards. And the similar web on this. Okay, wow. Okay, so they're getting over almost 300,000 monthly visitors. And it's literally just greeting cards. What the hell? How?
That's what I was like, when I found it and I pulled up a similar web, I just thought to myself, like, man, you don't have to make business complicated. Like the last products that we were talking about, they're unique, they're different, their branding's really cool. The branding on this isn't really that great. And I'm
It's
sure
pretty bad, even.
rough, man. Like this looks like this website was made in 2005. Really not that good. I'm sure they've been around for a while, which probably helps with like the brand equity aspect of it. But the fact that they're still doing well, just goes to show that you don't have to reinvent the wheel.
For real. This is crazy. I honestly find it surprising that they're doing well, given that Amazon does. I mean, they have greeting cards now as well. So
Yeah.
this might be a tough business, but I like the premise that, you don't need to sell something extremely complicated. And I guess looking at this, you don't even need to put a big twist on it. Like this is as traditional as it gets. There's literally nothing special about it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Definitely,
crazy.
they have all the different types of greeting cards. So, there's every occasion that you could possibly think of. Like, I went over announcements on their tab, and they have adoption, birth, divorce. Did you
Divorce? A divorce card?
card for to announce a divorce?
Congrats, you just got divorced.
Like
Hey.
these are interesting. It's literally like, yes, I did it.
That's crazy, man.
I mean, a greeting card for every occasion. They weren't kidding.
Okay, the next one I have is you know about this one, Magic Spoon. So, Magic Spoon is such a dope brand. It's literally just cereal. They sell cereal. So, if you thought cereal was dead, well, think again, because Magic Spoon is popping off. If we take a look at their similar web, they're literally getting like 800,000 monthly visitors. So, they are doing insanely well. And that's literally all it is. It's cereal, but their whole premise is like healthier cereal. It's not as sugary. It has some protein in it, so you get, a few extra macros in there. And they got some really cool flavors. So since last time I reviewed this, they've expanded. Now they got like blueberry muffin flavors, cookies and cream, variety, maple waffle, a lot of pretty interesting flavors. What do you think about this, Jonathan?
Well, so number one, I've seen the founder of Magic Spoon on a podcast before, so we should try to get him on. That'd be sick. But
That would
yeah,
be
dude,
lit.
I found Magic Spoon a while ago, and not like super long ago, like maybe like a year or two. And their brand has always been so interesting for me. Like whenever you look at the website, this is like an Apple level website. It is so high quality. They have like little cereal pieces that are like floating around, and so much like animation that's going on the website, and it's still not. It's still fast, right? Like it's not a slow website.
No.
So their is on freaking point. And this is the same playbook that we've seen so many actually decent sized brands go with, where it's X but healthy, or X but green or eco friendly or whatever it is. I mean, this is a perfect example of cereal but healthy.
Right.
Halo is a really good example of ice cream but healthy. We see native deodorant, which is literally just deodorant, but
But
basically
healthy.
like
You can
yeah.
eat it.
No, but it's like, it doesn't have like the aluminum or whatever that, a lot of deodorants have. So it's like all natural and everything like that. So, it's literally just taking a spin on something that's already out there and maybe a little bit boring, and just making it a little bit sexier by giving it a healthy aspect or eco-friendly aspect. When I was going through all the different stores and trying to choose some, the eco-friendly movement is massive. It is
Hmm.
absolutely insane. Like I didn't realize how many people are just taking normal things and then just making it eco-friendly or green or whatever it is.
Right.
And yeah, Magic Spoon's a freaking
People are
awesome brand.
suckers for that kind of stuff.
They yeah, they have awesome branding though. Theirs is a little bit more Magic Spoon. Their cereal's a little bit more premium. It's more expensive than what you would find in a store, but they're doing well.
Yeah, they're doing super well. And like you said, amazing branding, amazing brand design, website design, everything they do is pretty awesome. So hopefully we can get the founder on here. That'd be pretty fun. I would love to meet him.
Yeah, that'd be a cool one. Okay, so this next one is called Rome Luggage. I don't know if this is a super popular brand. They're definitely doing well, like financially, but this luggage brand, basically what they allow you to do is one, it's luxury, it's more premium, but they allow you to custom design luggage from like every single aspect. So pretty much every piece of luggage is going to be one of one.
Rome Luggage. Oh, okay. So I just pulled it up. Rome is all about you. Wow. Okay. So it's just customized luggage. Literally.
Yeah. Each piece is going to be probably run you 500 plus dollars, and
My
you could go
God.
through pretty much every single aspect of this luggage, from the
Whoa.
back shell to the patch to the handle to the wheels. You could customize every single aspect.
Damn. That's crazy. My computer's like bugging out right now, but this is crazy. So you can choose the front shell, back shell, zipper, binding, wheels, carry handles, monogram patch. Interesting. And that's going to run you about 550 bucks. That is not cheap.
Not cheap. Not
Not
cheap,
cheap at
but
all.
it's a dope product, man. Like I feel like you could do this same exact thing with like dog toys. You could do this same, and obviously like logistically this is a difficult thing to do, which is why you don't see a lot of people do it. But like if you wanted to just create like a customize it brand, this is, to me, this is just what a customize it brand where they create a really cool base product and then they allow you to customize it, and that's it. So like you could create a really cool dog toy and then customize it. You could create home tools and then customize it. You could create water bottles and then allow people to customize it. Like it doesn't have to
Water
be
bottles
like,
is a good one because that's like so simple. And I'm definitely like, I love customizing my shit. So, you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
I would
me
buy it.
too.
I would buy a customized water bottle. That'd be pretty cool and much easier than a luggage. I don't even know where you begin to start customizing like a luggage. That's gotta be so hard.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they have their processes down now, but yeah, I'm sure it's not easy. I mean, it's probably like, they just have each one of these individual components already kind of just sitting there, and then whenever you order it, they just grab, this front shell, this back shell, this zipper, this binding, and then they just assemble it like they would anyways.
Yeah, people are saying that they've heard the quality's terrible, but
Oh,
otherwise, if the quality wasn't bad, then that's pretty fair pricing for luggage. But if it's bad, that kind of sucks.
yeah, that does suck. I was gonna say I actually want to order one of these. I'm happy to hear hear that before.
Well, you could always try it out. What would be your customization? What's your color scheme?
Honestly, dude, I like whenever I go to customize things, I realize how bad I am at like branding or like design and things because I'll be like, purple and yellow and like it's just like weird colors.
Oh, that's
So they have,
Vikings. That's Vikings branding right there, Minnesota.
yep. I would probably go with one of these like preset ones. They have a couple at the bottom that are like, here are some designs for you to get started. And they have this one called Torbay. It's like a dark blue with a tan and a black. I like that one a lot. So I'd probably just go
Torbay.
that.
Fancy, fancy. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a pretty good one though.
What colors would you choose?
Huh. I would go with something like, let's see. I'm a big black kind of guy when it comes to my, I mean, that's pretty basic, but I like black a lot. Gray, I like gray a lot. I like white. Maybe even mess around and do like some turquoise looking stuff. Something like
That'd be
that.
good. Black and turquoise.
Yeah, that would look pretty lit. Okay, well, the next brand I got is pretty cool. It's kind of a trendy brand, I'm not going to lie. It's called Sniff.com or .co, so, you know, even more trendy. Sniff.co. I'll pull it up here for you guys to see in the chat, but please excuse my Wi-Fi. It's like so bad right now. I think it's because I'm streaming and trying to do a bunch of shit at once, but here it is. So it's just sniff.co. I don't know if I've talked about it before. Maybe I have, but it's just one F.
Oh, okay.
So it's extra trendy. But they're basically a sniffing brand. So a lot of things related to scent. Now, what they've done is basically, you know, they got candles, they got fragrances, and the reason why I showed this wanted to show this is because I recently bought some cologne. I bought like some Prada fucking cologne. I usually never buy cologne, right? But I recently been getting into it a little bit. I'm trying to smell good. It feels good to smell good, and I realized like, yo, these brands sell for so much fucking money, and it probably takes like nothing to make besides like the research and development. I don't really know exactly what goes into making a fragrance, but I can't imagine it's that expensive. Yet I mean, even this brand, they sell it for $65 for like a little bottle, but designer brands are selling for like $100, $200. So they're making so much money probably through this. And yeah, it's just something I never really considered until after I bought some. I was like, wait, this would actually be cool to have like a fragrance brand. And then boom, found this brand. And they also got candles, which makes sense, right? It's like more scented stuff.
More sniffs.
More
So
sniffs.
I've seen that it says try before you buy, why we sniff first. So basically it allows people to get like a trial of, or like a little sampler of the cologne or the perfume. Is that like kind of their like whole shtick? Is that the reason why it's called sniff, is they try it beforehand?
Yeah, that's probably it. I mean, that's probably part of it. I think it's sniff just because it's like, you know, fragrance related. But this is a genius idea for, you know, just getting people to actually try the product. Let me see though, because there's got to be some sort of nuance with this. Like, it's probably a free plus shipping offer. You probably still have to pay like $10 shipping or something.
Yeah, I feel like we're starting to see more and more brands do this where you could like buy a pair of shoes and you get to try it. And if you don't like it, you get to send it back, or, you know, like whatever it is, and kind of putting that at the forefront of their marketing. And I think that that's such an interesting angle, but I do get a little hesitant from it. You know, if people end up returning it or whatever, I feel like the cost has to be high. So there definitely has to be some sort of contingencies that are there. But yeah, this is a really interesting brand. I mean, dude, anytime I see a brand that has beautiful, beautiful branding like this, it's like, you know, they have to be big, you know, and obviously, you know, not all of them are, but just like that perception from like a buyer's perspective, I feel like helps so much with the conversion.
Yeah,
And
100%.
honestly, they're kind of expensive. You know, they're priced a little bit more premium, but it's not as premium as some colognes, right? Like some colognes are like $300. And so the fact that this is 60 actually makes it pretty affordable. And I bet their margins pretty damn good. You know,
That's what I'm
I
saying.
I don't know how much a fragrance costs to make, but I would imagine it's, you know, a buck or two.
Right. Like there's the most expensive thing is definitely just the fucking bottle. Otherwise, you know, it probably doesn't take too much. But yeah, that's not expensive for cologne. Somebody just said you don't want to cheap out on cologne. Trust me. I trust you, bro. And you're probably right.
had a bad cologne experience.
Yeah.
This one time I was at a gas station and this guy was like trying to spray cologne and like on people and like trying to sell it. And I'm like, man, that's got to be like the hardest like door to door in person thing to sell because like I feel like nobody just wants a random cologne sprayed on them. And his was called like Benjamin Billy's or something was the name of
Benjamin
it.
Billy's.
It was like
That's
something like that.
that's a
Like
goofy name.
yeah, it was an odd one.
Benjamin
No,
Billy's.
this is a dope brand. This is actually like a cool brand. It's not like super funky. It's just cool. It's cool to
Yeah,
see
that is
people
a
do
cool brand.
the URL on that had to have been a lot, unless they were just sitting on it for a while, which I
Well,
doubt it.
.co, bro, like that's a hack for everybody watching too if you're starting a business. Which by the way, somebody said, "What is this podcast about?" We just talk
I don't
about
know.
business stuff. Yeah, I don't even really know. It's really like about e-commerce, a little bit about investing, a little bit about business, a little bit about life, philosophy. Who knows? But hopefully you're enjoying it. We're doing it live, so like we see your questions. Um, they also gave us a good idea. They said they could do like little bags of different herbs, flowers as an alternative to perfumes and relatively cheap to produce. So that's actually a really good idea if you're selling some sort of herbs as well. Little herb kits for people to try them out. Really good idea. And you can just have them pay
Yeah,
for shipping. So like you can actually even make money on that. And if you run ads to an offer like that, you could get a lot of conversions, even if you're just breaking even and then, getting extra conversions on the back end. That still is a pretty fire model.
oh yeah,
You just sent me
yeah,
another one. What is it?
yeah.
Oh, you sent it
This
to
one
me.
is Little Hot Dog Watson is the is the name of
What
this
the
one.
fuck?
And if you guys listening have any weird domains or websites that are uh, pretty solid, just drop it in the chat. We could pull those up too. So, Little Hot Dog Watson, what is this? Basically, the story
These
behind this
names
is
are so funny.
yeah. Basically, the story behind this is that a mom started making hats for their kid. They wanted them to be like fun and funky and unique and weird. And so that's basically the entire premise of this store is they make hats for kids that are just weird and odd. And this really goes back to that whole idea of finding a winning audience and then creating a product specifically for them. So this isn't necessarily like the most fashionable hats. They're just hats that kids actually enjoy wearing because they're fun and funky. So what are your thoughts?
Yeah, dude, that's a really good idea. Little Hot Dog Watson. That's just such a funny name. I wonder how they came up with it. But I love it. I think this is such a good idea. I remember as a kid, I used to always wearing weird hats. So, I would have definitely liked to wear some of these. These are cool.
Yeah, and it's like it's a spin on a lot of the hats that you typically see. Like the those little hats that have like the little fold up with like the fur. Like I don't know, it's like an Arctic looking hat. They have like those, but they're like funky. They have like all kinds of bananas or pandas on the side or
Or
they
ears.
just yeah, or ears, yeah. And so, I think it's such a fun spin on something that's already pretty competitive, hats. I mean, there's so many hat companies. And so yeah, or like this one here, they have this one called the Trailblazer, and it's literally just a hat with like a fin or something at the like stitched to the and so it's definitely a weird one, but I could see how this would be a big brand.
Yeah, this is cool. That's creative. Like, I don't know how you would come up with something like that.
Yeah, I have no idea. What's their similar web look like?
It doesn't say. It must just be. I don't know why some brands it doesn't say, to be honest, but that's always the worst because I'm so curious about it.
Yeah, same,
Yo, what
same.
up,
And
everybody joining the chat? What's
I
up?
have it off too. Like some of the websites that we work with, or some of my buddies that have e-commerce brands that drive 400, 500,000 visitors a month. It'll say like either way higher or way lower than what it actually is.
Yeah, I've seen
So
that for sure.
the benchmark, but definitely not a hundred
Is
percent.
similar web a scam?
Mm, we're gonna expose it.
That's a good one though, man. Yeah, you brought some good ones here to the table, and now I feel like mine are kind of not that good now, man. Yours are pretty fire. These are so
No,
goofy.
yours are good, bro. Yours are good. There's so many weird ones that are out there, bro. And I've been compiling them. Whenever I see a weird brand, I'm like, oh, I'm saving this. I can't let go of this one. Um, I have a few more. Do you have any left, or do you want me to
Nah,
say
you
a
go
few more?
for it, bro. I think you're on a roll here with the little hot dog wieners or whatever. Watsons.
Little Watson. Okay, well the next two that I have, they're a little bit less weird, but they're kind of just spins on things that are already pretty popular. So this next one is called With Character.
With character.
With Character. Basically, all this is, this is actually a pretty interesting offer. It's home improvement tools that are branded a specific way. They look, all very similar. They're all like have this like green color to them. But the big thing that they do is they help people that are not home improvement people. They don't necessarily have all like the skills or understand exactly how to do this kind of stuff, and they demystify it. So
Dude,
they
this is
basically
so
provide
cool.
yeah, they provide real-time support with people to help them do these different tools if or these different projects if they are a customer. So they have these different steps that are there, which basically just says number one, shop by project. So they provide you all the different toolkits or supplies. Number two is build your tool set. So it's all the, like the high quality different tools, blah blah blah. And then the real thing that like actually caught my attention was get real-time support. So become a member and unlock unlimited virtual expert support, free shipping, discounts, and more. So once you become a customer, you could get on the phone with somebody and say, "Hey, I'm trying to hang up a photo, but I don't know how to do the measurements to center it. How do I do that?" And somebody will coach you through the process.
Damn, this is such a good subscription like product. It's $8 a month or $79 a year. And yeah, you just get all this expert support that they hire. This is actually so solid.
It's a weird
Wow.
one, huh?
This one's dope, bro. I think this is such a good idea. And these are very aesthetic looking kits, like tool kits, which is also like a good idea in itself, right? Like I feel like most home improvement tools or tools in general are not actually branded. They're just like very traditional, but they added a modern spin to it, which I really like. It makes them feel like toys or something.
Yeah, this is definitely for, people who aren't, typically doing these types of projects. It's the tech guy that never has hung up a picture, put together any sort of furniture in his life or anything like that. It's the, girl that's never picked up a hammer before. And so they're selling these tools that are like, kind of like fun and like playful instead of like DeWalt, where it's like, all yellow and big and bold and masculine. So yeah, it's definitely a different spin.
Damn. Wow. That's pretty cool, man. I really like that one a lot. I don't know
Yeah, you'll
why
have to
when I
be.
stream the like quality is just ass on the. Let me see. Maybe it's just my computer. Oh, it actually is. Wow. Okay. Cool. Well, I'm glad to know that it's not just the stream. It was just on my computer. I had the quality set at 480p, but it actually does look pretty good quality.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Wow.
So the next, this is my last one, I think. Yeah, this is my last one. So the next one is called Believe Diapers, and basically all it is premium bamboo diapers.
Wow. Okay. Let me pull it up. Hold up. Boom. Believe diapers. I believe.
Initial
Okay.
thoughts.
Initial thoughts. Interesting. I think this is like a lot of adding a lot of meaning to diapers, but like it's, I guess I get it though. When you have a baby, I'm sure it's pretty emotional. I'm sure it's pretty life changing. So you got to believe that it's a good choice you made. And these guys are kind of helping you feel that way through their diapers. So it's actually really clean, though. All jokes aside, it's a really clean brand. This is a good idea because all babies need diapers. And if you're health conscious, you're probably not going to want to put some toxic stuff in your baby's diapers. So this is pretty solid, man. I think this looks good.
Yeah, so their pitch here is the only soft, crazy absorbent, chemical-free, eco-friendly, premium bamboo diapers, right? So it's
That's
like
a
definitely
lot.
this health spin on diapers that you probably don't see very often. I don't know where I'd get like healthy diapers. So, so it's kind of that spin that we've consistently seen with some of these brands. One that is interesting here is one. Well, we also get to see that sustainability spin on it, but they're
Yeah.
doing one-for-one diaper matching. So basically, every single time that somebody buys a diaper, they donate a diaper, basically back and forth.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's the same playbook that we've seen Tom's go through and use, and a variety of other companies where they kind of use like this like charity angle to obviously draw attention. Maybe out of the good of their hearts too. I'm sure it is, but it definitely is a good angle for marketing as well to kind of position yourself as somebody that isn't just necessarily a money hungry company, that you actually are doing some good. And when you scroll down, you can see how many diapers that they've donated. It's 1.6 million, which means that they've sold 1.6 million believed diapers.
Wow, this is crazy. Somebody said we got to take down Big Diaper. That's funny, man. Yeah, let's take down Big Diaper. BelieveDiapers.com. They should run that as an ad.
Yeah.
We got to take our cut on that.
Yeah, definitely. Sell the idea.
Wow. Well, dude, these are awesome, man. You snapped on these brands. How did you find these, first of all? Because I'm sure people are probably curious.
Well, whenever I see an interesting brand where I'm like, okay, I have to remember this brand, I just bookmark it. So,
Yeah,
whenever you ads or,
me too.
you see something about it, I always just bookmark brand after brand after brand. But the best way for me is just downloading lists of people who own Shopify stores, and you'll find a bunch of really weird ones. So you could go to builtwith.com. It's like $400, but you could you could download like 90,000 Shopify stores, and you could sort it by like roughly how much revenue they're driving. You could sort it by the apps that they have. You could sort it by all kinds of different things. So I have all these different lead lists of different Shopify stores that then I could just go through and click through them and say, okay, this one's really odd, this one's weird, and so that's how I kind of build out these lists.
Wow. Well, you snapped. These are amazing brands. And I'm sure you guys are probably, finding these out for the first time as well. Me too. And I'm sure I'll probably actually steal some of this to review on a full video because some of these are fire, man. Especially, I really like that tool one because I've just never thought about tools like that. It's just kind of an unserved niche. And somebody said it's like if Whole Foods made tools. And I totally see that they took this like modern branding to it, which is kind
Yeah,
of funny.
yeah, exactly. It literally is like if Whole Food made tools, for
For
sure.
real. So hopefully one day, one of these brands that we'll review on here will be one of you guys' brands. And it'll
Yeah,
be pretty sick. Full circle moment,
yeah.
right?
All right, where do we want to go here? We want to wrap it. We want to talk about some of the things that are happening currently. Where do you want to go?
I mean, what time is it? It's almost 1. I actually got to go pretty soon. But the last thing I want to say is thanks everybody for joining. This was a lot of fun. We've never done this sort of segment like this, but Jonathan came up with the idea. I'm not even going to take credit for it. And yeah, it was pretty interesting. I think this was a lot of value too, just like in one go.
Yeah, yeah. And if it ends up doing well, we can end up doing more too. I mean, I have a lot of stores, so
Exactly. If you
there's no.
guys like this, we can do it again. And hopefully next time I'll actually figure out a better system because, yeah, I don't know. It's not like the most efficient. I wish I could set it up so that we could minimize our screen while still keeping the other one active. But I can't for some reason. Like, it just doesn't work. But either way, guys, this was a lot of fun. Streaming is always fun. Shout out Ethereum for pulling off the Ethereum merge. That's pretty sick. I can't believe it actually worked. If you guys like crypto, you should definitely
What
check
happens,
out what's going on there. Hmm?
happens if it didn't work? Like if
If it didn't
the
work,
merge.
it's just fucking over, bro. It's just over. I'm kidding, but they would have probably just had to troubleshoot and figure it out. Like they planned on doing it knowing that it was like an option, so they would have pulled it off somehow, but it went smoother than a lot of people expected.
Yeah, good. Sweet. Yeah, thank you guys so much for the time. Talk
Yep.
to you soon.
Exactly. Oh yeah, wait, by the way, last thing. Sorry, but we actually are posting these on Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio. I don't fucking know where else, but wherever you stream your podcast, you'll find this. So if you don't like to watch these on YouTube, you don't have to anymore. You can just go somewhere else to do it and you'll find us. So this is still just the beginning. To think this is only episode 17 is kind of crazy. Feels like we've been doing this forever, but it's literally been like 4 months, not even.
Yeah.
So pretty crazy. We're only going to get more and more cool people in here too. So